Hello, this is Scott, and this is the Hyper Report. Here are the quotes for various items. First, Indian gold. India's population is estimated to be holding somewhere around 20,000 tons of gold. However, a gold deposit scheme launched amid fanfare by the Indian Prime Minister has attracted only 400 grams in its first 2 weeks. Looks like the Indian population is smart. Next, debt burden. According to Egon van Greyes, the Fed doesn't have a clue what to do and they have no long-term policy and only react to events. On top of the over $18.5 trillion national debt, there is the unfunded liabilities of $200 trillion and the $500 trillion of interest rate-sensitive derivatives in U.S. banks. The market is in the final stages of a secular bull market, and any bad news would be the catalyst for a bear market of massive proportions. The U.S. economy and the U.S. dollar will fall regardless of what the Fed does because no economy can ever survive such a massive debt burden. Next, more signs. Don't be fooled by the temporary stock market recovery as the underlying economic fundamentals continue to decline. For example, global demand for shipping is absolutely collapsing as the Baltic Dry Index is down more than 60% over the past 12 months. In addition, the price of oil collapsed just before the financial crisis of 2008, and the same pattern is happening again. Next, American peak income. After adjusting for inflation, the majority of Americans are worse off today than they were decades ago. In fact, household income actually peaked at least 15 years ago in 81% of U.S. counties. Next, U.S. household debt. Here are 3 facts according to a newly released New York Fed report. 1. Household debt has climbed to $12.1 trillion. 2. $110 billion in auto loans to people with credit scores below 660 have been made. 3. $70 billion went to borrowers with credit scores below 620. Next, bailing out. Insurers are eyeing the exit as they are losing money with Obama wreck. To stop them, DHS officials will try to bail them out. However, they only have a small pool of $362 million to do that. Someone better print up more Obama money. Next, Kansas gun legislation. In Kansas, a new gun law was signed by the governor. Starting July 1st, gun owners will be able to carry concealed weapons without permits or training. The anti-gun crowd will get their panties in a wad in 3, 2, 1... Finally, please prepare now for the escalating economic and social unrest. Good day.